going on? Getting a lot of cross noise. All right. Why are we getting cross noise? Barter, is it still happening? What's up, Redbeard? How are you doing? Got a new webcam set up and okay, good. That was probably just me fuddling with stuff. Good. That sounds good. Awesome. All right. So I'm doing pretty darn good, and if anyone wants to join in, I can drop the link and just let me know if anyone wants to. I am about to test the limits of what my internet and all this other stuff is able to do. So this is a new view for everyone. You haven't really seen behind me. Oh, cool. All right. So I am today got some stuff that I listed recently that I need to get put away. And then I have today has been the last 24 hours for sales has been insane. 32 items going out. So probably get those pulled. And then maybe do some shipping. I don't know. I'm going to run for a while. I know Tommy and Tracy are on at what, 8, 7? Tommy, they're 7 p.m. All right. I don't know if we're going to go that long. And now my mouse isn't working. Bottle of cologne for $3.59. Boom. Love that. Okay. So now we're going to try something. I'll be right back. Okay. It's going to just look like this for a minute. Hey, it worked. All right. Try to adjust just a little bit here. Look at that. All right. Spent today getting some stuff wired up, moving some computers around, getting set up for some of this live stuff so I can move to the different parts of my house where I do business. How do I sound? How does everything look? Is it working all right? What's going on, Andy Someta? So yeah, I'm digging that. Look, I can check what's going on in my shipping room even without me there. But I hear that cross sound you're talking about up there coming in through my speaker. All right. So it's been kind of a slow week listing because I've been trying to get stuff organized around the house and get some things set up and stuff. So, but I do have a bunch of stuff I need to get put away here. Got some records first of all. See if there's anything good here. This one's really nice. I like the cover. Bergen sings Morgan. Polly Bergen singing Helen Morgan. Not big money. My records are really just alphabetized by artist. There you go. Kenny Rogers, 20 Greatest. We got Helen Reddy. Check out that hairdo. And that overbite. We got classical. Classical, if you ever get into records, is not a fast seller, with some exceptions. It can be humongous money, though. Some of the most expensive records sold on eBay have been classical records, believe it or not. Got a couple of DJ 45s. This is Prophet. Okay. Cat Stevens, Numbers. This is a great album. And we got Season of Glass, Yoko Ono. The O section of my records is, I believe, the smallest. I have been selling the heck out of this record. The collection I bought has probably 5 or 10 of them already listed and sold within the last month. I don't know. I haven't been keeping track, but I think one of them is actually going out today. Maybe not. All right. Yep, I've got another copy of it. I like the album cover on this one. T. Dancero with the Ramblers. Remember the 1950s when everything was perfect and white people had all the money and power? All right. Doris Day. I like that cover too. She was very pretty. And these are by no means bolos. I still comp most of the records that I sell. Here we go, classic Beach Boys, Endless Summer. This one's got the cool poster in there. That is one thing when if you're looking up records, a lot of times they come with posters. You always want to make sure they have them if they are. That one's a cool with the biplanes. I have an extra one of these lying around just in case I get a copy of this record without the poster. It's not big money. I think it's like $15 plus shipping. So here, this record, this is a bolo. Bing Crosby, White Merry Christmas. Just hoard these all year long, and you can wait till like October. Just list them all in October, and they will sell all day long from November to January and into January for $20, $25 a record. This is the sequel to the Big Chill soundtrack. Just a bunch of oldie songs, but another one, Dionne Warwick, Valley of the Dolls. That's actually a great record and just a good one to listen to. All right, what else we got here? Carolyn Towns. Got Sly and Robbie, DJ 45. Get to this, get to that. Art Van Dam. This is a accordion music. Just goes to show, you know, there's a wide range of collectors out there, and records is one of those things that's a fairly inexpensive thing for people to start a collection of. It's got a really low barrier to entry. Phil Harris, this one's sealed, the uncollected, so he was like big band guy. Amy Grant, Christian pop singer. Got a soundtrack for Your Eyes Only. This collection I picked up, this guy had pretty much, I think, every James Bond soundtrack album, which was pretty cool. Peggy Lee, I like this cover, just the sketch. Another good one, Blues After Hours. I think a bunch of these I'm going to end up having to just pull again, but, you know, so be it. Steve and Edie. Steve Allen and Edie Gourmet. Steve something, Edie Gourmet. Alabama Greatest Hits. This one, I think it's this one, is a, I mean, you can't, it's fairly rare. Torchlighters. Hawaiian music, recorded at the Coco Palms Hotel. Couldn't tell you much more about it, but the comps on it were great. Like, sale history is in the like $50 range. This one's in really good condition, so Peter and the Wolf, children's records. Children's records can do really well. Here's a sealed Barry Manilow with Mandy. Most Barry Manilow I wouldn't list, but this one's sealed, and it's got one of his most famous songs on there, so that one went up. Classic Bob Dylan, Desire. This is I never knew that there was a Broadway musical based on the Charlie Brown cartoon, and this is the original cast album of that, which is kind of crazy. Got the nice album art. This one's in the shrink wrap, so that's a good one. WXY. There we go. Here's another one. Don't go buy a bunch of this stuff, but Reader's Digest, Champagne Time with Lawrence Welk. Again, this one's sealed, so that's why I'm listing it. Generally speaking, if I find a sealed record, I'm going to buy it and sell it. This record label, just for listening, Project 3. Also, Enoch Light, he did a lot on the Command records. If we go look at that view back here, these records we see upstairs are those are all Command recordings, Enoch Light, and really cool music. If you've got an old hi-fi system, it's really fun stuff to play over it. Another Alabama 40-hour week. This actually sold, so I'm going to leave this out. This one is going out $6.95 plus shipping. Not big money. Wasn't in the best of condition. More Christian stuff. Debbie Boone. Soundtrack to Every Which Way But Loose. Yeah, I've never seen this movie, but I had it when I was listening. It was on a live stream, and it was recommended. Linda Ronstadt with the Nelson Riddle Orchestras. The Linda Ronstadt following is surprisingly large, and some of her albums sell really good. Judy Garland, Over the Rainbow. Needs no further explanation. And Andre Previn. This is another like big band. And then I got a whole bunch of Christmas albums. Which I'm just going to be listing Christmas albums all year and going to cash in next Christmas. Oof. All right. Ephemera stuff. These are 1985 and 86, like free tourist magazines for Hawaii. Like this one's got Charo on the front. I don't know where I got these, but I ended up with a whole bunch of them, and I listed a couple of them. They sold almost right away, so I keep finding them in my back stock, so I keep listing them. Whoa. This is the pickup from Goodwill in my last, the Fast and Furious video. The wood safe. Super cool. Listed it at 55 bucks free shipping, and it's already got, I think, 2 watchers on it, so that's good. Yeah, my strategy this year is to be a lot more aggressive year round with my Christmas sourcing and listing. Want to look a lot more for Christmas ornaments and stuff like that, because I didn't get started till late this year, and pretty much everything I listed sold. All right. Got, these are the honing rods that I picked up last week, along with the kitchen mixer, which will probably sell around, I've got that listed 25 free ship. It'll go on a padded flat rate, so net on that will be 18 minus the 3, so like $15 I'll make on that, and it'll sell. 3 fishing knives and the Kodak Star 100 camera. Those were all pickups on that thrifting video. Wonder Woman ice cube tray. Where is that going to go? This thing So, piece of ephemera. It's really cool. This was a cancellation order. And even though it's listed in ephemera, even though it clearly states it's a flyer in the first 3 words of the title, everyone seems to continue to think that this flyer from I'm guessing the 1950s, I'm actually selling the 2 Indians. The picture that's on there is the picture of the Cigar Store Indians, which is, I keep getting questions about it that are related to them. It's in the ephemera section. It's in the description. People don't read. No, I'm not selling it to you for the same price they sold it in 1950s. So when somebody actually bought it, I messaged them and I'm like, you understand that I'm not sending you to Cigar Store Indians for $100 shipped, right? This is a flyer. And luckily I did that because indeed they didn't have any idea. Another putback. This was my mistake. I listed it as Xbox 360 when it was not. Super fail. What else we got here? Kind of skipping over postcards here for the end. Got a lot of belt buckles. These came all out of that last lot I did the unboxing on. This is the Montana Silversmiths. We've got the Nakona. I think I'm saying that right. Got this one listed. I almost kept that. There's some cool westerny belt buckles in here as well. I have a plan. I brought this down with me. I'm kind of sick just digging through a bin of belt buckles every time I sell one. So my plan is to do this with all of them. I don't know if it's going to work, but just I've got my little zippy bags. I'm going to set them all up. I need to do a little tape reinforcement, but large pin, and then I'm going to pin them to the top of this wire shelving. So then I can just kind of flip through them, and I don't have to like pull everything out of a bin to get the one that I want. And it's hanging down from the top of a shelf rather than sitting on a shelf. So hopefully that works. That's gonna be a few hours of work when I get there, but I think it's gonna be a lot more efficient, save me a lot of time down the road when I'm looking for belt buckles. So this one's cool one came out of there. Little rhinestone. They're not huge money. This one for the Cougars. And then you end up with a lot of this stuff, which is kind of generic, but this one's a nickel silver belt buckle. Those tend to be a little bit more popular. We've got a, probably can't see that. There we go. Let's see if we can. There we go. Lake Arrowhead Scout Camps. This one I listed for a little bit higher price. There's other Lake Arrowhead ones out there, but not exactly like this one. Here's a Bam Margera belt buckle. Back, you know, when he could still skateboard. Before he ruined his life with drugs. So who we got in here? We got Andy Selmeta, Bartermania, Redbeard, you're still here. Redbeard, were you able to get your GoPro working as your webcam? This one came out of that lot too. This is a Staghorn belt buckle, kind of like a scrimshaw style thing. This is like Zero brand Eagle thing. And this one's kind of nice. This Jeep, like a black and chrome enamel one. Set that aside. That's sold. There's the pliers I picked up in that video as well. This one was kind of unique. I have no idea who this was, but the one, the only Al Fowl. There's a motorcycle belt buckle. Motorcycle belt buckles always do good. Gold wing. Kind of load these in here since these are destined for another project. This came out of that too. Carhartt belt buckle. Somebody popped in the comments on this one and told me what the logo was. Like, wasn't able to place it. HLS. I listed that as Harvard Law School. No idea if that was its original intention, but I didn't see any other HLS or Harvard Law School belt buckles out there, so figured I might as well be the only one. Someone's going to come along, be all Harvard Law School smarts, be like, I need a belt buckle so everyone knows that I went to Harvard Law School. It seems like a very Harvard Law School kind of thing to do. Here's a End of the Trail famous thing. This one came out of that as well. Sort of like a brutalist pot leaf belt buckle. Hammerhead belt buckle. Yeah, these are all out of that, and I've already sold a bunch, so that ended up being a pretty good lot. I'm getting towards the end of it. I think I'm going to probably start shopping for a new lot of belt buckles. This is like a Connecticut something association snowmobile web or belt buckle. Kind of neat. And then you always end up with a bunch of like horse heads. So many horse heads always on belt buckles. This one's a good one. I like the solid brass, like 6-shooter and holster. And then this kind of stuff is pretty common. They're like craft belt buckles with some kind of like stone in the middle. It's always a little different. Fire department. This one's a Great American Buckle Company. And then got a bunch of these I'm putting away. These are matching mahjong tiles. So if you can find, a lot of times you can find this stuff at an antique mall. This is sort of my version of the backgammon thing that Kevin over at Commonwealth does. I'll buy a mahjong set, and then I'll sell pairs. But I look specifically for the Bakelite ones. This is a butterscotch Bakelite or Bakelite. I typically list these at around $20 including shipping, and they'll sell off usually between like the $10 and $20 range. You know, you can usually buy the whole set, which is 100 plus tiles, for $50-$60. So, you know, the first 5 or 6 pairs that you sell, they don't fly off the shelf, but they do sell. So you know, it's something you can make your money back in like 6 months and just then sit on it, and the rest will be profit. So, but important that you list them in pairs. And I had a set here that was missing in my death pile for several months, and I found it. So this is like 15-20 sets of those, and eventually somebody, like, people make jewelry out of it, people use it for crafting, all kinds of different things. So and it's not super saturated like the backgammon thing is now. Okay, I think that's it for the belt buckles. We've got 2 people in the chat. Just changing the view a little bit here. Got some kind of cool, well, I got, you know, Pokemon cards. Started diving into my death pile on those. Got very, very boring very quickly. Speaking of very boring very quickly, let's look at some postcards. You know, I'm going to go through these quick. I won't spend a lot of time on them, but got a ton of like courthouses. Confederate statue postcards right now are white hot. Can you guess why? There's a covered bridge, another popular subject matter. Let's see, where's that? There's Hawaii, or not Hawaii, Florida. The Red River. Some barrel cactuses in Arizona. Another kind of popular thing. So I pretty much have every courthouse in the country in photo postcard form right now. Another courthouse, Highland County. There, get a better shot here. Getting a lot of glare. There we go. Neat. I've sold this exact card before. Yeah, there we go. San Francisco cable car. That is, I believe, California Street. Yeah, California Street going down to Market. You know the Bay Area. You know where that is. Another courthouse. I have multiple copies of this one. There's a Disneyland in the 60s with a Disneyland band. Another Disneyland card, the monorail and the boats. There's another one, Disneyland in the 60s, Town Square. There we go. Michigan Boulevard in Chicago, 1920s-ish. More courthouses. So this is Lamar, Missouri in 1909. I had this card, and there was one other listed for like $6 make offer. So I offered him 3, and I bought it. And now I have 2 listed, and I'm the only one. Hey, Far North Thrift, how are you doing? I'm putting away some stuff and just showing off some boring postcards. But no one's complained. So this is Falcon Stadium in Colorado, the Air Force Academy. These ones I really like. The RMS Credit. This is a White Star Line ship. White Star Line in terms of like old collectibles. If you can find stuff that's White Star Line, really good stuff. This one's cool too. The Steamer City of Detroit 3. This is a Lake Michigan steamer. So this was for like crossing the Lake Superior, 1915. This is the Ward line. This is not a steamship. This is the one of the Electroliners. Hey Sal, how are you? Thanks for hopping on here. I keep popping in between like add 2, leave 2. We've got like 3 or 4. But check this out. I'm going to take a pause on these postcards because I got to run upstairs real quick. So you guys just stay put for a second. We'll come back to this in a minute. Look at that. Look how fancy I am. I'm in a new place all of a sudden. With a new angle, I've got multiple cameras now. I can move throughout my thing instead of like just disappearing for minutes and minutes on end. So check out the new setup we've got. This isn't new. This just hasn't been on camera before. The Buddy Hackett pendulum curveball. That's Our Lady of Sales Infinidium. Got a Mr. Machine scat board game. I don't know if any of you guys are fans of Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul. Better Call Saul is one of my favorite shows ever, but that's his license plate with Bill and Ted underneath right there. And then these are I'm gotta get used to this. Where's my finger? There we go. This is one of my favorite record labels, Command Records. They're provocative percussion and pervasive percussion, and all of the labels they had on that particular record label are all those like colorful geometric shapes. I really like them. So yeah, I'm happy with how this kind of came out, and now you guys can see the mayhem behind the magic. So all right, I'm running back downstairs now, so be right back. And we're back. More boring postcards. I know you guys were really missing the boring postcards, but we're going to do them anyways. This one's actually not boring. I think this is really cool. This is a real photo postcard. This is a parade of Native Americans at the Pendleton Roundup. It's one of the biggest rodeos in the country, or it used to be anyways. I don't know if it still is. But, I mean, talk about, like, cultural appropriation. Hey, let's march all the Redskins around the rodeo. That's that. Let's see here. This is the historic grounds, another real photo of Jamestown, Virginia. This is another sort of, you know, it was a different time. This is from the Alaska Yukon Exposition here in Washington State. They held this basically on the campus of where University of Washington was. And this is the Iroquois tribe exhibit. Like, they would literally have exhibits at these expositions of like tribes not only from the US but other countries. I had a couple of real photo postcards of the exhibit for a tribe from the Philippines, and they literally like built these people a village in the fair, and people would like go and stare at indigenous peoples half naked as if zoo animals back in 1909. This kind of thing is pretty common. The little Dutch girl with the flag of, you know, hey, I was here. And then, you know, some culturally insensitive stuff to the Dutch. I was pleased when I arrived in Selinsgrove. This one's kind of cool. World War I era, field hospital ambulance practice in a military camp. I've been selling a lot of Mississippi postcards. I ended up with a ton in a collection, and just the greetings from Drew, Mississippi. I know there's buyers out there for it. It's a pretty uninteresting card, but they've been buying it. Another real photo, Confederate statue. I'm not going to get political, but you know what? You know, this statue they tore down, and yet I hold this card in my hand right now. It didn't just evaporate like Back to the Future. Just proof that you are not erasing history by removing reminders of slavery from the faces of African Americans. Another boring courthouse, boring courthouse, boring courthouse, boring courthouse. I've got like 6 copies of that one. This is, I also have a bunch of post offices. Duquoin, Illinois? I don't know. Duquoin? Anyone know? Anybody? No? This is Benton County Courthouse in Vinton, Iowa. I think that one's sold. I think that one's going out here. There's another cool one, the SS Charleston, and that's parked up in New Brunswick. Cool steamer ship postcard. I like the boats ones. This one's really cool too. I'm trying to get used to this angle here. I like the angle on that. They used a lot of that like vanishing point perspective on these old postcards. So you really kind of have like a cool 3D view on these. a lot of times, even though it's just a two-dimensional medium, it's like the imagery and the quality of these cards very often are amazing. This one's beat up, but I still listed it. Condition doesn't always matter with these things. The SS America. This is in 1900 something. This one had a cool United States C post office postmark. It's not super common. The SS Pocahontas. This is a linen postcard. So like in the 40s or leading up to World War II, you know, postcards before that looked a lot like this with the white border around it. And before that, they looked like this. They had like a full front lithograph. But then somebody said, hey, we can save all this money on ink if we just take off that outer border and don't print anything there. So they saved a bunch of money on ink. But then came the rise of the Germans. Now, I don't know if you guys have heard anything about history, but Germany, they got in some trouble a couple of times early in the 19th. So when wartime happened, paper was one of those things that they tried to ration and salvage and save. So what got used a lot of time in a lot of the paper products back there was linen. So linen postcards typically were being printed then in the United States in the 30s up to the 40s, even into the 50s some. And then came the era of what's called the chrome postcard, which I don't know if I have any right here. Those Disneyland ones are chrome. They're the ones that are more or less photographic quality. This is McGaffey's Knob, which is a funny place name. And some people look at that lady sitting on the knob. That's in picturesque Virginia. This is typically foreign postcards don't do as well as U.S. ones, but this is a very famous Bratwurst house in Nuremberg pre-war. So that one I figured I'd go ahead and put out there. I'm pretty sure somebody's been there. It still exists. Naked New Year, baby. Here's a same one. Let's go back a couple of cards real quick. You guys are all quiet in the chat. No one's complaining, so I'm just going. I hope you don't mind. Where'd it go? Disneyland. There it is. Okay. So this is two postcards, different era of pretty much the exact same thing. So there we are. That's, looks like 40s-ish, maybe 50s, late 40s, 50s, somewhere in there, looking down California Street towards Market. So that'd be like an early chrome postcard. And then that's basically the exact same view in a linen printed postcard, probably about 10 years before. Same place, looking almost like the same exact shot. I think you can see one of the same buildings in there. One kind of a photograph. Kind of cool. That actually looked neat. All right. I'm going to keep going unless somebody complains. I know there's only 3 people out there, but a bunch of people watched the last one. So another boring courthouse. Or we already went through those. So let me just set those aside real quick. All right. Here's another ship. This is a little more modern, 1960s. Yeah, I don't list my crap. So that's another cool steamliner, or it's a little more modern. This one, check this out. The Contest. Just check, such a cool image. It's really high quality lithograph. Guy with the spear and the alligator. The alligator, if you look close, I'm going to pull this out, looks super fake. Not really coming through great on the webcam, even though it's HD. But yeah, that's 1900s, I want to say, or early 1900s. This one's kind of cool too. This is they used to race ostriches back in the day. So look at that. This guy's on a like pull cart, and those ostriches just ready to go. Pretty neat. Like that's really just a cool image. Florida souvenir. Of course, Florida. You're racing ostriches. Another courthouse. That one's cool. It's got a bunch of the old cars in the parking lot. That kind of thing sells. So, Spearman, Texas. Also, Texas courthouses people seem to be really into. Here's another really cool courthouse. These are all real photo postcards. We got Campus Meredith, Detroit, Michigan. It's a really cool, like, just street view. You can see, like, the bustle. It's in 1933. Not big money. I think that's, like, listed for $7. Another real photo. Just, you know, it's got some damage. Like I said, that doesn't always matter. But farm scene, you've got a couple of cool, like, horse-drawn carts there. Bunch of guys just hanging out in front of a barn. And the back of it says G or CW Tufel blacksmith carpenter ? I don't see anything there that suggests blacksmith or carpenter. That definitely looks more like a barn to me. I try to get like really close in on that. There's like a sign sort of above the barn door there, but I couldn't make it out. So I just, sometimes with this stuff, you just have to like list it on the merits you can identify and just let it go and hopefully get some good keywords in there. Here's another courthouse. This is, I'm going to probably mispronounce this, but Muskingum, Ohio. It's the Louisville or Zanesville County Courthouse. So, and then we already went over those, I think. Oh, and here's a Georgia Clymer County Courthouse. A lot of times you run across just really generic stuff, like picking lemons in California. But that's an early lithographic one. That's probably 1910s. O'Neill, Nebraska Courthouse. A lot of these have like, were these courthouses, these are all like 1940s. So you have that really like stark 1940s contrast in the images, which one just looks cool. They scan really well. And plus, you know, these buildings were built in the 30s into the 40s, a lot of them. So they have that like very stark Anne Randy sort of architectural Art Deco look to them. This one's kind of a little bit of, I'll say bolo, but it's not really a bolo. This is just Grand Canyon, looking at the Zoroaster, I think is what it's called, that mountain in the distance there. But the brand on this is a Fred Harvey postcard. And there's a lot of collectors for Fred Harvey. You'll see the postmark on there, Grand Canyon postmark, 1910. So that one's pretty cool. Not huge money, you know, $10. I think maybe I've got it listed, and it'll just wait for the right person to buy it. I liked this one. I like this one because it's got the kids' names, 1918, Ruth, Lois, and Leora. Not a name you hear very often anymore. Few Cute Kids, 1918, got the date on there. Got a note on the back, helps identify them further because it's signed from Paul Murray. So I'm going to guess that that is Ruth, Lois, and Leora Murray, and that's how it got listed. Dated December 22nd, 1918. Note on the back reads, I suppose you folks are having a Merry Christmas. We are all sending you our best regards and wish you a whole year of good luck. Your friend, Paul G. Murray. So anytime you can get really specific on a card, that helps to sell it. Here's another 1940s courthouse, Franklin County Courthouse. This one's interesting because it just looks like some dude's house, but that's the Teton County Courthouse in Jackson, Wyoming. Like, what's up, Teton County? You can't afford a courthouse? You just got to use that guy's house? Get your you-know-what together, Teton County. Buy a real courthouse. All right, moving on. This one's neat. Early linen postcard. I listed this one pretty high. This is some guy's collection of political Americana ephemera. But this is back in, I'm going to guess probably the 1930s. So what's interesting about this one is, you know, this could appeal to a ephemera collector, a political Americana collector, somebody who collects for Belmont, New York, which there's not a lot of cards for. So it has a lot of cultural appeal. Also, it's an advertising postcard for the Monroe D. Ray, political documents, manuscripts, autographed, and insignia. Top loaders. You know what? I should probably put something in my affiliate link, but I use a company called Cardboard Gold. They've got the best deal going, in my opinion. It's $100 for 500 top loaders. Once I list them, I store them in the top loader because I want the scanned condition to be preserved until I get it to my customer. Right? So it's the same reason why baseball card collectors put theirs in top loaders. I put my postcards in top loaders to preserve the condition. Even though condition doesn't always matter with a postcard, I still want to make sure that it gets to my customer as I present it. Does that answer your question good? But I'm going to keep going. Here we go. Pop it in the chat if that was a good enough answer for your question. No, here's another one. Oskaloosa. I gotta get really better at this angle thing. I think I'm still just see if we can. It's not. Maybe it's my camera. Still glary. I think it's too close to the monitor is my issue. But that one's kind of cool. This one is Davison County Courthouse, Mitchell, South Dakota. That's a good one. You can kind of see that like high contrast photo, black and white scale or grayscale. I like the look of these a lot. Here's Hyde County Courthouse in Highmore, South Dakota. You can kind of see I'm working my way through the Midwest on my listing of these things right now. Salem, South Dakota County Courthouse, through the trees. This is not a real photo, but a pretty uncommon area to find the postcard from. This is Aztec, New Mexico Courthouse. So pretty small town, but you know what? They've got a much better courthouse than they do over in Teton County, Jackson, Wyoming, where it's just some dude's house. Aztec put together that bond measure. We need a courthouse. We got all these criminals. Jackson, Wyoming's like, F that. We're going skiing. Here's one that's kind of timely. Well, maybe it is and it isn't. A bunch of people in a bar arguing. It's titled The Political Argument. So, you know, in one way, very timely. In other ways, they're in a bar. Not timely at all. I like this one. World War II era anti-tank training in Camp Edwards, Massachusetts. You know what? Big old guns are always going to sell. This next one is a international art company. The artist is Ellen Clapsaddle, probably the most prolific postcard artist out there. There are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of her cards. If you just go and you do a search on eBay for Ellen Clapsaddle, you'll see what I mean. They've got a lot of solds. That glitter around those edges is mica. They used to crush up and color mica to kind of accent these cards a lot of time. You can see on the back here that it's like a high emboss. So it's they were making really high quality postcards. They really do not make them like this anymore, right? This is, very high quality that started right around the turn of the century and continued for, good 30 years up until around World War II when everything moved to like linen postcards and then the chrome postcard era. So this is another chrome postcard. So this is later. This is 1950s. That is giant sturgeon. Look at the size of those things, man. Look how happy those fishermen are. They're stoked. Oh, man, I need to get this light together. I'll figure it out eventually. Maybe not today. There we go. That's way better. All right. Happy dudes, big fish. This is in the Kootenai River, Bonners Ferry, Idaho. I have a lot of postcards of this woman. Came out of a collection I bought at an estate sale. None of them had her name. And, well, they might. Some of them are in, I believe, Norwegian, but woman in a old wood canoe. I believe this is at a radioactive springs because there's other pictures of her at some. So I think they might be. Just listed this one last night. Easter's coming up sooner than I think. Dutch girl, once again. Dutch girls do pretty well with that little Dutch boy. They're carrying a basket of colored eggs. That is postmarked 1910. Here's another chrome, so a little more modern, probably 60s. There we go. I need to like make myself a little thing to put them in. Oskaloosa, Florida. Bunch of kids fishing off a dock. I didn't find any examples of that one out there. Here's another one, Confederate Monument. They have since torn this one down, and once again, notice how the card has not disappeared from my hand. Back to the Future style, thus erasing all historic knowledge of the event. Just saying. Here's a cool one. This is Johns Hopkins University at night, 1908. It's a really early one of this particular postcard. Bird's eye view. This is really early as well. 1906, bird's eye view of Baltimore. All right, I'm finally getting the hang of this. Pretty simple, but very nice quality. Happy New Year, 1908. This is embossed. It's gilded. It's a pretty simple design, but I mean, you can see on the back of it, like, how well the embossing was done. 1908, like, this is the quality of product that was coming out 110 years ago. This one is Banning, California during the 1940s. It was near a military base at the time, or military camp. So this one came from Hawks Newsstand in Banning. This one's kind of cool. This is a early card, 1907. New Brunswick, New Jersey. And if you don't know a lot about postcards, if you find one that's unused with no date on the back, you can just look at the back, and postcards in the era from around like 1900 up to around like 1908. On the back of this card, you see that there's that line going down the middle. So you had one side for your address and one side for your message. Before they did that, the postcards you'd have what's called an undivided back. And the idea back then was that you would write your message on the front of the postcard, right? And only on the back would be the address. So you'd have these like super like squished up messages on the front, trying not to mess with the image, or sometimes just go straight over the image. And then the back, you just have a bunch of white space and like 3 lines of address. So, but that didn't last too long. They eventually wised up. All right, here's another neat one. This is the Cumberland Mountains, Highway 41 near Monteagle, Mount Monteagle, Tennessee. See the car off in the distance turning the corner. Not a big money one. That's actually fairly common image. Here is, again, hey, look. More Confederate history. General Joseph Wheeler's home in Wheeler, Alabama. They named an entire town after a Confederate general. I bet it's still named Wheeler, Alabama, and hasn't been erased from history. Coleman College in Coleman, Alabama. Just some students around hanging out, I guess. There's some other Coleman College postcards out there, but I didn't find that one, so that means I'm going to list it. Right. This is a John Winch postcard. He was a pretty prolific publisher of postcards. Just a New Year's greetings one, but this one's signed at the bottom, but you can identify his cards usually by the back, but not always, because he was so well known that other publishers would just use that same back of his card, and it's like this swirly geometric, almost Greek design on the back of it. So when you see that, they call it a winschback, W-I-N-S-C-H. Kind of neat. I like this one. It's really common, but still kind of fun. Who does not like water ski ballet? That's at Cypress Gardens. There's a bunch of those out there, but the sell-through was good. It's like mine's listed at $6.95 shipped. I just wanted to get it up there. When they start doing that new card shipping thing, I'll probably drop the price and it'll sell quickly. This one is really cool. 1907. Yeah, I don't really care so much about the name changes. Like, that's all well and good. But, I don't understand why we have, I'm not going to get into it. We'll just leave it there. I'll make my snide comments, and that'll be that. All right. That is that is Baltimore, Maryland, after the fire, reconstructed street, 1907. I believe the fire happened in 1905. So they are showing off their brand new city streets that they built so quick after the fire. Another linen postcard. Not big money again. This is fairly common. Wichita, Kansas boathouse. But it's a nice image. It's a linen postcard. You've got the boats. You got the bridge. Kind of nice. This one's kind of neat. This was a new place to me. That's Castle Rock in St. Ignace, Michigan. I'm probably butchering the name, but kind of a cool image. It's a linen postcard. You got that line of cars in the parking lot in front, and it's like, looks like a big old rock. You could just climb some stairs. They built some stairs up to it. Because it's America, we put our flag on top of it, and you climb the top and look out at, I guess, the parking lot. So there you go. There's just a lot of postcards from Bellingrath Gardens in Alabama. There's another unused Thanksgiving greetings. This is just a good example of a holiday greeting card back in the day. You've got your, American crest, red, white, and blue, big old turkey, cornucopia for the harvest, high embossed. This one's unused, which is why I list it. Some people actually still like to use these things and send them. So not big money, but it is what it is. Then we got Madisonville, Tennessee courthouse. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yeah. So that's Madisonville. This one's not the most interesting of subjects. It's just kind of a lake view of Lake Tahoe. Hey, look, I can see Matt from Part-Time Picker from here. He's like over there. He's eating a crepe. Hi, Matt from Part-Time Picker. Crashing your head. Anyways, Lake Tahoe, just a nice view of the lake. Lake Tahoe cards tend to do really well. Almost always sell. This is a real photo of a sketch of. So somebody drew this thing, and then somebody made a photographic image of it. But it's the municipal building in Hopewell, or Hopwell, I believe it's actually pronounced. I don't remember. Virginia. Why can't I do this? There we go. So it's on photographic paper, but it's a photograph of a drawing. So, which that happened a lot as well. Here's one of those really cool very high contrast. Shoshone, Iowa courthouse. There we go. There we go. Just, you know, that doesn't show up great on the webcam, but it's got a really high level of detail and contrast. Shows up really cool. Another courthouse, Oneida. Like, look how stark and foreboding some of these buildings are. This one I love. This is in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. That like vanishing point perspective. Just really cool looking photograph. Like, to me, that looks like, you know, Ansel Adams decided he wasn't going to do, you know, beautiful nature photos. Like, he was just going to start doing courthouses one day. That's what the photographs would look like. Here's another Paris, Idaho, the Bear Lake County Courthouse. And then this one is really cool. This is a souvenir from the Oregon Trail Monument Expedition. This is my hometown, Seattle, Washington. I don't live there now, but still, you know, my hometown. But that's Pioneer Square. It's a totem pole. It was actually destroyed relatively recently when a drunk driver drove into Pioneer Square. Yeah. I believe it may be repaired now. I don't remember. But really cool image. This one's unused, so you got the back on it. Oregon Trail Monument Expedition. So that one's a really neat one. Here's New York. Newburgh on the Hudson, just a view from the shore. Winchester, Illinois. Oop, there we go. Here's a Bexar County Courthouse in San Antonio, Texas. A lot of these, the buildings don't exist anymore, or they've been replaced and the buildings have been turned into something else. Here's a Hallettsville County Courthouse in Texas as well. In Hallettsville, Texas. Here's Chattanooga, Tennessee. Lulu Falls. Caldwell County Courthouse in Lockhart, Texas. Look at that thing. That thing looks like almost like a Egyptian palace. But I bet you the people in Caldwell, Texas wouldn't want me calling it Egyptian anything. All right. Bandera County Courthouse. Also Texas. That one's pretty cool looking. That collection I got, most of these courthouse ones, also had a bunch of post offices and bridges as well. This is Tecumseh, I think is how you say it, Michigan post office. Street view, kind of neat. Through the trees there, you'll see Litchfield County Courthouse, or sorry, the Litchfield, Minnesota Courthouse. Can't really see a whole lot of that one. This one I like. It's the Alexandria, Minnesota Courthouse in the winter. So this is the only one I've run across that had the like snow scene. And that is a Civil War soldier monument in front. Here's the Scott County Courthouse in Shakopee, Minnesota. A lot of courthouses. I'll be happy and not happy when I'm done with these. And I probably have this. I've already got a lot listed, and I probably got a third of them to go. This one was interesting though. This is like a composite photograph that was then photographed and then written on. County Jail and Courthouse in St. Genevieve, Missouri. So somebody took some photos, kind of pasted them together, and then made a photo print of that, and boom, postcard. All right. Almost done with these. Hastings, Minnesota Courthouse. Pepe Courthouse, Glenwood, Minnesota. Medina County Courthouse in Medina, Ohio. Another one with the, I feel like that car it's the same car in a lot of these. I can't prove it. It only just occurred to me now, but let's see if that might actually be true. I think it might be. Huh. Maybe that was the guy who was going around taking all the photos of the courthouses. Let's see if we... Yeah, that one. That car right there. Let's see if we can find that car in another one of these. Just going to set that aside. Here we go. Kind of looks the same. There's Franklin, Kentucky. East Kentucky picker. There's Franklin, Kentucky. And then here is Medina, Ohio. Is that the same car? Let me get them next to each other. Kind of looks the same to me. Let's see if it shows up again. What's going on? Hey, look at that. That's here's, this is not a photo. This is Paulding, Ohio. Kind of getting towards the end of these. Here's Market Street from East Powell in San Francisco. This is a really cool image as well. I like that one. And then this one's really cool. I already, this is Yosemite Valley in the moonlight. Really pretty card. Never posted. Yosemite Valley do pretty well. Here's ruins of Fredericksburg, Virginia after the battle in 1862. So, but this was printed like 1930s, so that's just like something if you went there you'd buy as a souvenir. Here's a Main Street in DeKalb, Illinois, DeKalb. Have I ever seen had any photo? Oh man, I have to look up that word real quick because I think I know what it is, but I don't. Okay. Oops. I have okay. So I can probably partially answer your question. So the first question is, have I ever had any photogravure? I can't say that word. Maybe. Not that I can think of. But they do typically look very different from photo postcards. Photo postcards, 99% of the time are just going to give themselves away by telling you that it's a photo postcard, right? Every now and then there's, I'd say like 1% of them don't have photo postcard written on them. Maybe 5% on the top end. So you can almost always tell a printed or lithographed postcard with a loop. You'll see dots from the printing process rather than the photographic images. That's the best way. But most of the time, they're just going to tell you, which is great if you're a dummy like me. Hey, I'm a photograph. Make it real easy. All right, so we've only got a couple more left. Let's power through, and then we'll pull some orders, and then we'll go upstairs and ship. City Hall, Fort Worth, Texas. And then, finally, greetings from Catalina Island. Sometimes these spell out postcards can do really well if it's from a pretty uncommon place. Most of the time, though, they are not big money. That one I believe I just have up for $6.95 with free shipping. All right, anyone got postcard questions? Besides Photo Guavere. And by the way, I am by no means an expert in this. It is a category that I am still learning more about every single day. But I've got enough knowledge now after comping and listing, at least looking at and sorting through around 30 to 50,000 postcards in the last year. I am still by no means big potatoes in this category. There is a former YouTuber who ran a channel called Popeye's Postcards, which was by far the most educational for me. And I don't know what happened to his channel, but something happened with like a copyright issue or something like that, and he shut it all down, which is really sad. So, all right, we're done looking at postcards. Let's get back here into the thick of things. Nope, that's not good. Sorry for the sound. I know it's probably not good right at the moment. Good enough. Good enough. There we go. All right. I'm going to pull some orders. First, I got to answer a question here. Somebody check out incomplete. Oh, did I buy something? No, I don't want to buy that. All right. So let's look at some stuff that's sold. I don't think I'm going to pull absolutely everything on this video, but we'll get some stuff done. 34 orders going out. It was a busy weekend. I'm still waiting on payment from 3 orders, but really only one. One of them is a small familiar. Anyone else out there know who Small Familiar is? They probably buy from you all the time. They're one of those. They're not drop shippers. They're like the Japanese exporters who buy stuff and then like ship it to their own clientele in Japan. Okay, so let me get set up for pulling these orders. These will all get alphabetized off camera. I'm not going to torture you all with that. Anyone in the class have questions on the postcards we just talked about today, or questions in general about postcards that I can pretend like I'm a smart guy and I know something about? Sorry for the noise here. Hey, the crazy card. Here's something I can tell you. I do know is jeweler's loops are too small, and I keep losing them. What I need to do is what I do with scissors and pocket knives and magnifying glasses, which is just buy like 60 of them and scatter them all around my house. So there's always one somewhere. Because I'm really terrible at keeping track of things like that. All right. Get these. These are just. Actually, we'll do one little more batch of postcards here because these are kind of cool. These are in. They're all like early 1900s colorized, hand colored, real photos, and these are in Aden. And here it says Arabia, and I can't remember the exact country that Aden is, but the images on these, if I can get it right, that's upside down, are actually pretty. Yeah, that's not really coming through great. This one's really cool though. And if you guys are really interested, my Facebook page is also Jackass Retro. I put up my scans of these, and you can always just go take a look at the scans on these. Get a cord and put it around your neck. You know, I got a thing with stuff around my neck. I don't like necklaces. I don't like cords. I don't like turtlenecks. Turtlenecks. There's a Mitch Hedberg joke. If you ever wear a turtleneck with a backpack, it feels like a weak midget is strangling you from behind all day long, which is how I feel just about turtlenecks in general. And I know we're not supposed to say midgets anymore. Little people. Regardless, the sentiment is the same, and I was trying to get as close to his joke as I could. All right. Moving on. Here's my lots. There we go. What did we sell? All right. So, a couple things right here. It's always nice when I don't have to go very far. Is that one? Nope. Not that one. There we go. Little die-cast car. Superior. Nothing super right home about, but it's one of those like pull back and spin cars. $14.95 free shipping. And then vintage TI 80 or TI 30 calculator. Got that those like red LED things on those. Yes, the Crazy Card, very much like that. The hand-colored ones always look really cool. And if you go into my store, I have a bunch of really cool hand-colored real photo postcards. I got like 6 of these when I bought all those records, more or less throw, and I paid something for them, but there's 6 of the exact same calculator. This is my last one, $13.95, free shipping. All right, what else we got? We got some postcards. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania Railroad Station, North Side. Okay. Pennsylvania, for some reason, is one of, like, I've got more Pennsylvania than any other state but California. I don't know if I've put this one away yet. Nope, 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 nope. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I haven't put this one away yet. I think I'm to the point of my Pennsylvania postcards where I have to start breaking them down by city. The only other state that's happened with is, you guessed it, California. Yeah, I haven't put that card in there yet. Skip it for now. All right, we already pulled Jeannie C. Riley on newly listed. That sold for $6.95. Harper Valley PTA. Then we've got a Craftsman 90 or 42 914 10 millimeter. All right. I've got this to keep all of my wrenches in one drawer. There's the 12 millimeter, there's the 9. That is 7/16. We're getting closer. It's not a Craftsman. Not the Craftsman. 14. Half inch. 11 millimeter. Half inch. 8 millimeter. Look how tiny that guy is. This is another one of those things where it's probably time to split off my metric tools from my other ones. This is the another half inch. Come on. down at the bottom, hiding underneath my 1-incher. There we go. Yay! What did that go? $12.95 shipped. That weighs nothing. Free shipping. We got a McFarlane Toys. So this has been up for over a year. This is the last one of a collection. Spawn, the Dark Ages, Spellcaster. Be right back. This big Herkin thing. Glad this one's going out. Takes up a lot of room. $18.95 free shipping. Sold it on a cent offer to Watcher. That thing is clearing some shelf space. Also, as I've been like going through my old listings before I send offers to Watchers, I'm going through and editing my photos. So I cropped that one, dropped out a lot of the background, which I didn't used to do. You live and learn. All right, next up, John Lee Hooker in person LP. So we're in the H section. I know I'm grabbing a Whitney Houston album too while I'm at it. Here we go. Not the best of condition. This went out on a make offer to Watcher, like $8.95. But disclose your grading methodology to your customers, and it's fine. Whitney Houston, this one I mentioned earlier, been selling like hotcakes. $14.95 plus shipping. VG plus condition. Next up, we got a Funko Pop going overseas. RWBY Ruby Rose 586. So yeah, like everybody else, I bought a bunch of Funko Pops over the summer and last year. I was doing a lot of Facebook Marketplace buys during the pandemic because people were trying to get cash, and I was paying cash. So there's that. So this is going overseas. I sold it for $9.95 plus $20 overseas shipping. It will go international first class. I will use pirate ship. I will insure this fully, which I always do. Especially, I just build insurance into my international shipping. Especially because it's going overseas to places that don't have tracking. I got to protect myself somehow. So there's that. We got another record going out. This one is actually a really nice one. This is Bobby Christian and his orchestra, Strings for a Space Age. I'm surprised this has been up for a couple of months. Surprised it took this long to sell. Where are you, Bobby Christian? There we go. This was just a really cool album cover, right? Total 1960s stuff. Oh yeah, the Funko Pop for sure. That's my photo on that. So I don't use stock photography. And I try to describe any wear on cards and blah blah blah. All right, so we've got another. Is that a book? What is this? Alexander and the Mouse. It is a graphic novel. Weekly Reader. Why don't I recognize this thing? It's a book. Okay. All right, let me grab the book. So this is Alexander and the Mouse. Kids book. 1969. Illustrated kids book. Wasn't huge money, but you know what? I'll take your $35.95 plus shipping for this book. All right, now I've got another postcard. Harrisburg, Illinois, Sahara Coal Company. Luckily, we don't have a million Illinois cards. Pretty sure I put away the Saharas already. I guess we'll find out. I have around probably about 400 cards that haven't gone into the filing yet. So I've been trying to stay on top of that as much as I can. But, you know, get busy with other things and gotta keep feeding the machine. This is Illinois, right? Not Indiana. Illinois. Good. There's Sahara. 7-track triple washing plant. Here it is. We got it. All right. Here's this card. Coal mining plant postcard. Sahara, Illinois. This is their washing plant near Harrisburg. Kind of neat. It's printed. Heavy machinery. It's just one of those subject matters that does well. We got another record. Somewhere in Time soundtrack. That's right over here because I saw it when I was putting up records away. Another movie I have not seen. I assume it is a time traveling movie of some kind, maybe. I don't know. Anyone seen it? Any good? Christopher Reeve, Jane Seymour, Christopher Plummer. It looks like it's a time traveling movie. Maybe they're traveling back in time, removing Confederate monuments and erasing them, the whole Civil War from history, right? Because that's how it works. Totally. All right, next. We've got a solid cast iron. I'll have to dig for that one. Avon pineapple. All right. Some Avon stuff can do okay. This is the pineapple petite. I think it's like perfume for kids, maybe even. I don't know. It probably smells like pineapple. Let's see what it smells like. Does not smell like pineapple. It smells like Avon perfume. Now that's going to be stuck in my nose. Ugh. All right. We've got a jazz record going out. Django Reinhardt, Jazz from the Swinging Years. All right. This one's been up for over a year, so happy to get this one out. Better be here. There we go. Django Reinhardt. If you guys are not familiar with his music, this guy is a amazing guitar player, jazz guitar player. You have probably heard some of his music that's used a lot still today in like commercials. In general, it's pretty upbeat, but not. It's got a lot of different cultural influences to it. It's not like straight up Dixieland or something like this. And this one has some other artists on here: Coleman Hawkins, Stefan Grappelli, Benny Carter, Dickie Wells. I'm surprised this record took so long to sell. It's a really good one. And it is going out $15.95 plus shipping. So, one thing, here's a trick for anyone if you don't know this trick on eBay. You have an older item that hasn't moved, right? There's certain things you can do to get that listing refreshed with eBay's database. One of those things is you can increase your price by $1 or decrease by $1. Or 50 cents actually works. 25 cents works. You can bulk edit, and it actually forces eBay and Google to recategorize that listing. The same works if you change a title, edit a photo, edit your main photo on there. All those things force your listing to be recategorized, and it's actually almost like having a new listing out. A lot of people tell you that you should end your listings and restart them. You shouldn't do that. You lose everything embedded in that listing, anyone's history, if it's in a cookie somewhere, if it's in a sidebar advertisement that's being presented to people when they are shopping on other pages. You don't want that stuff to go away. So don't end your listing and restart it. Just change your price by $1. That easy. All right, moving on. We've got a 45 RPM record. It's Doris Day. We just element A, B, C, D. Rusty Draper, Devo. Why are these B's in with D's? Am I looking in the B's? It's a B. Because I'm looking in the B's and not the D's. There we go. All right. Drake, Doris Day. Whatever will be. Got to sing the blues away. There we go. That's the one. Promo. Columbia. Sold for $25.95 plus shipping. I typically charge my customers for media mail, but all of my why is oh, there you go. Charge my customers for media mail, but pretty much all of my 45s go out first class. All right, we've got a lot of postcards. This one's actually kind of interesting. So these are called motto postcards. Find the lot here real quick. There we are. Let me make sure I'm framing this all up for you. Okay. To my college chum. To the candy kid. To my dear sister. To my dear pop. What else we got here? To my dear brother. To my dear mother. To my dear aunt. And then wait, there's more. To my dear uncle. And all of these, I mean, if you look, here's to loved ones far away. These are all embossed. They're all gilded. They've all got those like floral letters going on there. And all of them are unused, which is kind of cool. So we have the loved ones far away. Now we've got to the loved ones at home, of course. And then to my dear affinity. You are my destiny. I mean, my density. There we go. So that sold for $19. I took an offer. Did I charge shipping? No, I didn't charge shipping. So they've been around for a while. They came from a collection. You know, typically when I'm lotting up, they're not worth selling on their own. Probably add some more top loaders. I buy them in bulk. They cost me about $0.10 a piece, so a little less than that. Actually, what's 5 cents a piece is what they cost me. All right. Put the perfume away. Moving on. Got a video game. This is my last GameCube game. That's not a... Uh-oh. Nope. Now I have a couple more. Scooby-Doo. Night of 100 Frights. No manual. $33.95. Got a knife. Working on a knife video. Did a lot of shooting for that today before I went live. It's actually already packed, which is good. What's not good is that I accidentally sent this knife out when I shipped a different order back in December. Luckily, I caught it and was able to get the customer just return it to me and send them out the correct one. So that was good. All right, next up, some ephemera items. These are in from these bins back here, which are all from the other eBay seller that I sold out. So these are 1934, 1947 trees lumber grading rules. Let's see if they're actually in the bin. Looking for bin 30. Where's 30? Here's 30. Oh, it's a big one too. I really am. Cannot wait to sell through the rest of this inventory. I've been trying. It's clothing and purses and creepy dolls. Like, it's, oh, there's one. We've got one book. All right. She had some stuff that I'm down, like, it was 20, I want to say 2,700 listings to start, and now I'm down to under 1,000, which is good. I got a feeling I'm going to get down to the last several hundred, and at one point I'm just going to be like, pull them all down and gone. Just found one. Yeah, I've sold these before. These lumber. Some guy bought a handful of foreign coins. Left the empty box for $2. 19th century leather and lacquer Chinese, worth more than the coins. I love that. I love that stuff. The little boxes of ephemera, or not ephemera, but just like the small boxes they have at auctions. I love those, and I always do really, really well. I know that a lot of times they use them as bait for auction, whatever, like, but they also seed them with some good stuff. So I almost always find something good out of there, and I never lost money on one that I won. I hate these bins, although these are kind of cool. Maybe I'll keep this is it. Pajamas. Ooh, look, it's teeth. Scuba diving teeth. Why are the teeth scuba diving? Why are scuba diving teeth on hospital scrubs? Nobody knows. All right, where's this other book? She's got postcards down here, but these are postcards nobody's ever going to buy. Wow, these are reprints of very, very famous Halloween postcards. If you see these, they are, if in real life, and they're the actual old ones, they're worth good money. These, however, are reprints. This is an Ellen Clapsaddle Halloween. You find that card, that's like a holy grail Halloween postcard. But not this one. This is a garbage reprint. All right. Power inverter. Hi, Winnie Lou. You want to come say hi on camera? I hate these bins so much. No. Ugh. More books. Junky old Hot Wheels, whatever this thing is. It's a pets plush. Why won't somebody buy that? That thing's been in here forever. Here's a USB cable. Ah, Eureka. Doo-doo. Grading and dressing rules for lumber. All right, back in the bin, you garbage. You guys ever fight with your inventory? Stupid USB cable. All right. Crap. There's more crap. So when eBay had us do all those item specifics, or as they announced that, I had my starting number was 800, and they were almost all of them in these bins. Okay, 1989 Topps Baseball Talk. There we go. Remember these? Anyone in the crazy card? You probably know what these are. These are those baseball cards that has a little record on the back. You put them in the machine, and it's like, your David Mattingly hits one out of the pool. Yep, that's what it sounded like. Still does. I have one. I tested it. It's working perfectly because it sounds like that. All right. Got a pair of Wiss scissors going out, 1995. Inlaid 38. Here they are. You guys, good vintage metal shears all day long. All right. These are Wiss inlaid. A lot of these will be made in Germany, some of them in America. Good German made scissors and shears can be very good money. I've got, because I work near a naval station, there's ran across some sail making shears. Look at those beasts. Yeah. Here's another pair. These are like, scared my cats away. Okay. No, I got to go in the bins again. 69.26. Oh, hey, Wendy. Hi. Want to come say hi to the people? The 3 people watching? Oh, okay. Maybe I'll just save it for later. 69. Where is it? I think it's in one of those. Yeah, I'm not going to go through that now. Got a lighter going out. All right. Actually, have 2 lighters going out. I don't remember if these came out of the same lot, but they both definitely came from Shop Goodwill. Yeah, the crazy card, the baseball talk cards. Yeah, they're not that cool. This is a little lighter. Uh, looks like a wrench. Came from Goodwill. Sold for $10. I think probably the least expensive of the ones that I sold from that lot. But then this other one is a really cool one. It's a red light. It's a tube lighter. Also kind of called a lipstick lighter. This can fit in your pack of cigarettes. Right? Looks like a pill. Pull off the top. Got a little thing there. When I got it, didn't spark, so I put a new flint in it, and it sparked, and now I'm selling it. So this one's going out for $30 plus shipping. Kind of neat. I like it. Said a lot of things are kind of neat today, haven't I? Okay. What else we got? Anaheim, California, Disneyland, Dumbo Ride postcard. Just came in. All right, so for those of you who are still paying attention, humor me for a minute. Just close your eyes just for a second, right? And imagine just uh old Disney movies, old whatever, anything that reminds you of the Dumbo ride at Disneyland. Just picture the Dumbo ride at Disneyland for a second. Close your eyes for just 3 seconds and just picture it. And then, in 3 seconds, open your eyes and tell me that is not what's in your brain. 3, 2, 1. Like that is just a classic, iconic image. You've got the pirate ship that used to go around in the background there. Now I think it's only the Mark Twain. This one's unposted. It's got some tape marks on the back, but it's going out for $9.95 free shipping. This came in a collection. There was a one card that sold for $100 from Vintage Disneyland, like within minutes of me listing it. All right, I do have a Laserdisc going out, and let's see if we can pull this California postcard here before we're done too. Some of this stuff I'm just going to wait on. It's going to be slightly more involved with looking for them. So, hello, come here. Hey, come here. So my cats do not like it when I'm in the basement. I don't know why. Why this one thing stresses them out, but both of them every time, especially this one. This is Windy Lou. Windy Lou Edelflower is her full name. Why is your heart beating so fast? Why are you nervous? All right. So let's grab this other. This is the Hotel Coronado, or going to be, hopefully, if we find it. Oh, it's is it San Diego, though? It means I would have had it in its city name. Where is it? Coronado Beach, California. Okay, so that's not San Diego. Oh, look at that. Found it. This is a night view linen postcard. So 1930s, 1940s era. Generally speaking, when you have these like moonlit nighttime shots, those are pretty well collected, so they sell pretty quickly. That's maybe been up less than 2 months. All right, see if we get anything else we want to pull before we're done here. All right, we got a Laserdisc, Excalibur. I haven't alphabetized my Laserdiscs yet, so I'm not going to pull that. Do have a 78 going out, but I'm not going to pull that. We'll do that later. We got all that. We got all that. One other thing, maybe I'll see if I can find this real quick. And some fondue plates. I'll grab that later too, though. Got the knife, got that, got a pin. I'll go rooting around for that later. Okay. You know what? I'm going to call it good for now. We got plenty to go ship out. So, see y'all upstairs in a minute. Oh, let's not forget this stuff. And my coffee. And my cat. You want to go? Yeah? Okay. Yeah? You think so? Yeah, okay. Let's go. Yeah, I know. unmute. That helps. I was muted. If anyone wants to jump in, I'll pop the StreamYard invite there into the chat. You're more than welcome. I'm just going to start doing some shipping. I'm just doing my thank you cards real quick. My thank you card's real simple. I don't say click on my Instagram or whatever, just the symbols. I try to communicate the information, but keep it relatively subtle. And I got like contact information with my logo and stuff back there. So that's my thank you card. My ex, who actually got me into eBay, did my design for me, which was very nice of her. I'm very happy with the product. So she kind of took what I was envisioning and made it into a thing, which is really exactly what you'd hope to have with anyone designing something for you. All right, let's see what we got first. So with records, usually what I will do, 5 of them going out, and I got a DV or laser disc down there. So you may have or may not have seen before shipping of the records. It's actually relatively simple. Higher value records, older ones, you definitely want to take the record out of the sleeve and put it back in like that. We're gonna throw in my thank you card, just goes in like that. Avalanche. So the way I do this, into 3 square by 2 square. Make a little cross. Oh, that one's already pre-ruined. And if you end up with 3 square by 3 square or whatever, it doesn't matter. But this is the highest price one, so I am doing a 3 square by 3 square. There we go. Pop it right down in the middle. Close up your sides first. Never the top and bottom first. So I do the flap like that. Then I go flap down like this. Open that up. So now I have essentially what amounts to 4 layers of bubble wrap on that top side and 2 on the bottom. And then we go just close it up that way, and then riveting content, I know, but you know what? What I'm not going to do is a pre-recorded shipping video. I don't mind if I get roasted on my own shipping methods. I'm not afraid of that. I don't like them. I don't like watching them. You probably don't either. Why are you here? What are all of you doing there in the chat right now? I'm figuring I'm probably just in the background as you're working, is my guess. So then we go over the edges like so, and what that helps do is keep pressure of that bubble wrap and cardboard on the record so it doesn't slide around, which is a bad thing. We gotta tear our scale. Here. There we go. 1 pound, 1 ounce. Somebody told me that my printer sounds like a jet airplane, so I guess prepare yourselves. There you go. Did it sound like a jet airplane? Hi, Buster. Come on. All right, 1 down. Away need to go. All right, next up. I just pull a few of these out right here. So it is 6:30 now. Tommy and Tracy go live at 7. I'm going to try to get out of the house real quick and grab some dinner. So I'll probably end the stream probably in about 30 minutes, maybe more. We'll see. But probably 30 minutes because I need to eat. And I'm not going to eat on the stream. This isn't that kind of channel. What? You haven't seen before, this is my other cat. This is Buster Wiley. He is got his own special set of needs. He definitely needs something right now. I don't know what. Are you looking for snacks? No? Just looking for attention? This one is a wild one. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. Look, Buster, there's you. So, those are my cats. They're pretty good most of the time. Alright, got this little lighter. Some low hanging fruit kind of shipping. I like low hanging fruit shipping. Break up the stuff that takes a little more labor and time. So that is just going in a little craft poly bag. I'm going to throw that in a 4x4 box. Piece of tissue paper, maybe another piece of tissue paper. Throw a little thank you card in there. Done. There we go. 3 ounces. I'm going to be making some money on shipping on this one. 93 cents. Yeah, the crazy card. My cats sleep where they want. Usually it's on top of me. It's fine. You know, the sooner that you can accept it, you know, the much easier life is going to be. Hey, are you wanting snacks? Buster, you want snacks? You want snacks? I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. I don't have a cat cam set up just yet. Maybe next. Come here. God forbid, it's been 2 hours since you had. Everyone's happy now. All right, let's do that other lighter. So, question for anyone in the chat: does anybody pack with, and I mean not with when you get it in a package and then just reuse it, like, do you buy and use packing peanuts? I'd like to hear any responses if anyone's paying attention. Yeah, I can't stand them and packing peanuts. And the way I see it, there's just so many other options that are economical and do just as good a job and don't wreck the environment and go into a landfill and take a ridiculous amount of energy to create and support the petroleum industry and all those other things that, you know, we know better than to do here in 2021. Although, you know, for all I know, 2020 seems to just keep on going and going. All right, more low-hanging fruit. We've got the knife that's already packed. Gotta love that. We've just got these two 6x9 mailers. I already had I use these for postcards and video games and stuff. I just buy them by the truckload, like 1,000 at a time, and then it makes them so cheap I don't have to worry about how many I use. It works out to some crazy number, like 3 cents a thing. I got the link back when from Lonnie, who was for at least a while using them to ship his box knives. This thing fit in a legal envelope. I feel like it did. It is over £1. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oops. That's fit now. That's what I'm talking about. Layers on layers of protection. Low price of shipping. Cool beans. Carrier packaging. USPS. Going all the way to Cumberland, Maine. I mean, that's not a small package. That's $7.23, almost a pound and a half. I mean, that's, you can't really beat that. That knife is bubble wrapped, cardboard wrapped, bubble wrapped again, in a cardboard envelope. Like this thing, I bet you could run over this package in a truck and it'll be fine. All right, next up, let's do those lumber books. More low-hanging fruit. All right, so for these guys, I'm going to, I put my, ship my postcards. I use 45 RPM record sleeves. I think they're just so useful for all kinds of stuff. And look at that fits just perfect. And then I'm not going to worry about adding any cardboard or anything. That's going to be fine in a cardboard photo mailer. I'm just going to close that up. I print off stickers. Since I do postcards, this is I just postal stamp square from a postcard. And I just print out a sheet of them for my Eltron here and then cut them down. Cheaper than getting them printed. Cost me like 1/8 of a cent for each one. All right. That is 6 ounces going out. Fast and free. Cool. What's going on, just in time? Thanks for hopping on. I'm like 3 hours in. We were showing off some postcards earlier. Check this out. Check this out. This is pretty cool. Boom. Look at that. There's my basement. I can just keep an eye on things down there. Multi-camera stream in my house. Pretty fancy. Got my new webcams in today. HD webcams. Better than streaming from my laptop, which was, frankly, is still grainy garbage. Hoping to upgrade that real soon here too. All right, we're shipping out Scooby-Doo, GameCube. I don't know if anyone here listens to like America's Test Kitchen or anything like that, or if you like cooking shows. But most cooking shows, when they talk about like kitchen utensils, a big person who talks about this is Alton Brown, who's like him in the like holy trinity of food and cooking guys, in my opinion. And whenever he's talking about kitchen utensils, he always talks about multitaskers. Kitchen tools that can do more than one thing. And those are the ones you want to kind of keep around, stuff you can do more than one thing. So I like to think the same thing with packing materials. So, what can I use and how many different ways can I use it? And then I'll just stock up on that. So, one of those multitaskers, 45 RPM record sleeves, work great. All right. So Scooby-Doo. Also, I use my 45 record mailers for Joe Smith, best way to clean copper bottom pans. I will show you right now. Give me 1 second. Barkeeper's friend. They should call this stuff reseller's friend. This stuff is the bomb. You can use it for all kinds of things. Ceramic, copper, brass, fiberglass, corian, chrome, you name it. It will be featured heavily in a video I have coming out this week called Cutlery and You. Something, I don't know if that's what it's called, but it's about cutlery. So, Barkeeper's friend, clean your pots with this. I go through Barkeeper's friend almost as quick as I go through rubbing alcohol. Most stores carry it. They have like a liquid form of it as well. I usually just buy it online in like multi packs because I go through enough of it. But yeah, you should be able to find it most grocery stores, I would think. Although the Safeway by my house doesn't have it, so I would just say if you really need it, buy it on Amazon or eBay or Walmart, whatever. I know Walmart has it. But the stuff is great. Why am I doing this? Oh, I'm wrapping it like a 45, even though it's a video game. Well, I forgot to put my card. Oh well. Steel wool. Yeah, steel wool soap works too. Yeah. Steel wool can scratch sometimes if you're, you know, doesn't really matter on the bottom of a pan, but like pretty much anything, there's 101 ways you can get the job done. All right. Topps baseball sound cards. Just about as easy of a ship as ever done does. Do I want to put it in a thing? Do I care? I don't think I care. Too long. Maybe we want to do this though. Yeah, let's do that. This is why I buy these things in super bulk. I mess up sometimes. All right, that's better. Stick the top there, of course. Make it more rigidy. Still 3 ounces. All right. So, next up, Pineapple Petite. Avon doesn't smell like pineapple. It smells like Avon. Hi, Buster. Where is it? There it is. That's not a poly bag. That's a Halloween candy bag. Oh. Get it in there. Whenever I'm shipping any kind of liquid, I like to get it in multiple layers of stuff that will stop leaks. So then I got this poly bag that I just ruined. And that'll go in there. Get that tape shut. And I'm going to get one of these 6x4x4. So I accidentally ordered a new dimension of box that I didn't know existed. I didn't mean to order it. The 16 by 4 3/4 by 4 3/4, or 6 by 4 3/4, 4 3/4 box. I didn't even know this was a thing until I got it. Slightly bigger than the 6 by 4, obviously, since the dimensions are different. But now I've got a bunch of those that I didn't know I was going to have. I mean, I guess they might add a little bit of weight. I don't think it's going to matter, but WD-40 leaves no swirls. Huh. I've never used WD-40 to clean anything. Oh, what did I put in the video title? Oh, yeah. How do I have to, something else must have sold? Nope. All right, let's do these skizzes. Got this off-cut bubble. Do a little rolly roll. Some might say that I overpack. Some might be right. I don't give two shits. I got 100% positive feedback. And all the customers seem to like the job that I do. So, I'm going to keep doing it. But there we go. Pretty typical on how I will do my scissors, knives, flat things that I want to be a little better protected. And then that will go in a poly envelope, air jacket, whatever you want to call it. Close that up. Fold it over. Tape down. I just like it to look sort of, you know, packaged. So there we go. Look at that. Looks pretty nice. All right, what do those sell for? It's going out 8 ounces. That would have been at the 8-ounce rate with or without that packaging. How do they charge in priority mail? Darn it. Well, hey, flat rate envelope. They paid for it. No idea why that was their priority mail. Okay. Well, they're getting one hell of a packed package. And I made $1.75 on the shipping. So everybody wins. WD-40 is the best sticker remover. Huh. I have never heard that or used it. Good to know. Scissors. Next, we've got that Alexander book. That looks like it'll fit. Maybe not. I have to go one size bigger. Need a thank you card. go. Let's just do enough to get us through this session here. It's already past 6. I said I was only going to 6. But here we are. Need to go get dinner. Need to get my coffee ready for the evening. I have done no listings today. But I did a bunch of other stuff, so it's okay. And I got some drafts done, so that's okay too. I just haven't gotten any new active listings. Which, by the end of today, that will not be true. Alright. I want to use a cardboard mailer. I think I do. I got these big Perkers eco mailers. Do things for the environment whenever you can. Shouldn't be a political issue. Alright. There we go. Nice multi-layers of protection. The customers are never, ever going to complain if you make that little scotch of just a little bit of extra effort. You don't have to go crazy, just a tiny bit. They are so appreciative. All right, 2 pounds. That looks like 14-12-1. Going out medium mail. Alright, what do we want to do next here? Let's do a 45. I'll call that. That's fairly low-hanging fruit. .45s for the way I do it. It just gets 2 sheets of bubble wrap folded over, kind of the same as the regular LPs. But again, you get this like quadruple layer on the top and a double layer on the bottom. This 45 is not getting any damage. It is super protected, quite bulletproof. Gonna want to make sure it's always tensioned down though with the tape. That's why I do the edges. Keeps that record from sliding around, getting any damage in the shipping. There we go. 4 ounces on the nose. You're going out first class. It's going to cost me an extra 25 cents, but they paid me $4.33. So, still making a buck on the shipping, which isn't really making a buck. I charge $1 handling on all my records. It covers my extra bubble wrap and my cardboard mailers. Oh, we're down to 1. And what that tells me, it's just about time to end this stream. I've been going for 3 hours. Whoever's still out there, I don't know who you are. Could be Joe Smith. Could be Just in Time. Could be Redbeard somewhere lurking in the distance. The Crazy Card. Who knows? Whoever's out there, thank you for watching. Do something nice for somebody. Call a friend. You know, do all those things. Like, comment, subscribe. I will be going live at least once a week. Probably more than that, maybe 2. And, oh, it's Joe. Hi, Joe. Joe, I'm going to end the stream. Thank you very much, though, for tuning in and watching. I'm going to be doing sort of lives like this. I don't know, however often makes sense or is convenient or whatever. This was 3 hours and 15 minutes. I'm a little bit over how long I was planning on going, but thanks for coming by. I'm going to be dropping a couple pre-recorded videos this week. Yeah, Joe. Oh, where are you, Joe, by the way? Well, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. Thank you again. If you are watching this sometime in the future, oh, hey, Puyallup, sweet. Yeah, heck yeah. I like to go sourcing down south, especially Puyallup, Tacoma, and then really getting down into Centralia. That definitely further south, but like for me, Puyallup is kind of where the good stuff starts. You get all kinds of good old junk out there. So thank you very much for tuning in. And yeah, we hopefully see you next time. So thanks so much.